Guys, welcome back to Southern Extreme TV. Thanks for hanging out with me today. It is the week before opening day of archery season here in my home state, North Carolina. So out here on the range, getting some stuff ready, trying to get buttoned up, dial everything in and get comfortable. And I want to bring you guys another hunting video, or a deer hunting tip video today. And today's topic is, it can be kind of touchy, if you want to call it that. And what we're going to be talking about is whether or not, if it's legal in your state to use or hunt over artificial bait such as corn, apple, soybean, any type of supplement that you can buy at Walmart, Bass Pro, Cabela's, pretty much anything that you can use to attract a deer into a certain location. You have a lot of people out there that think that you shouldn't do it. You have a lot of people think that you should do it. And then you've got some states out there that does not allow it, and you have some states that allow it, but there are certain laws or certain restrictions on how and when. So I kind of want to just dive into detail, not because obviously I can't go over all 50 states on who requires what, but just in general, my personal opinion on it, and personally why I think if it is legal in your state, why I think you should 100% use corn or artificial bait. And the reason being is, I am a big advocate in, if there is something on the market or something out there that I can use to my benefit that will help me harvest a mature white-tailed deer, then I'm going to exert every single option that I've got. So for example, you know, my COYOTE compound bow that I'm using, I'm not using a recurve bow, even though I could make that decision and shoot just a regular recurve or a, you know, just an old-fashioned bow that some of you guys may see out there. But no, I'm using a compound, very modern style bow with a bunch of pins. I can shoot all the way out to 90 yards. I'm using really high-tech arrows with big fancy expandable broadheads because it's legal in my state to use this type of bow. And I personally think that this will give me an advantage on a white-tailed deer. And corn or cut soybeans or apples or any other type of supplement that you put out there, I don't think it should be viewed as being any different than a piece of equipment that you're taking into the field. And it's also the type deal where if you really don't believe in it, then it's as simple as not using it. And I know you can say, well, if I choose not to use it, then I've got all these neighbors that are around me that are using it. And at the end of the day, that's the truth. And I guess it stinks if you're not all on the same page with it, which you're always going to have people that's going to disagree with the way that you hunt or the way that you do things or the way that the state has stuff set up. But again, I'm a big believer in using every option that you can to harvest the best white-tailed deer that you can off that piece of property. And if it's running corn from July all the way until dang January or middle of January, then 100% do it. I am not scared to admit that I hunt over corn. We run, I don't even know how much money we spend per year on corn, going and feeding these deer, getting them coming through the area, running trail cameras on these corn piles, figuring out exactly what type of deer we have in the area and the age class of the deer that we have in the area. It's just so many benefits to being able to use that. And on top of the fact, if here in North Carolina, we don't have a large crop industry. So if we have a year where our acorn trees don't produce, then a lot of our phones that are born in the spring of the year going into that winter, they run out of food to eat because they're not built to really adapt and to survive like their parents and some older deer are. And it's a great way to really help give nutrition to your whitetail herd. And I know you're not talking about planting a big old field of soybeans or millet or whatever it may be, but you are feeding deer. And at the end of the day, if you have a low acorn crop like our deer really depend on here in North Carolina, then you can do a great benefit to the deer population. So at the end of the day, guys, it's up to, really and truly, it's up to you and your state regulations on whether or not to do it. If your state allows it and your state says that it's legal, obviously you want to check your local, local state regulations to make sure it is. But if it is, Don't care about what anybody else says. If it's gonna help you harvest a mature white-tailed deer or help you harvest a deer in general, then do it. Do it, do it, do it. I'm a big advocate of it. And if somebody is not, then it's just as simple as them not putting corn out or whatever else it may be that you want to use to help draw those deer into your area. Another great reason that I 100% support this movement is for the youth that are coming up in our hunting industry, because at the end of the day, those little guys that are down there, and girls for that matter, that are down there in elementary school, that are growing up, coming up through the outdoors, that's the next generation. That's who we have to teach. That's who we have to, you know, who we are setting in place when we're gone, who's going to continue on our traditions and what we've got and what we've built. And to help get those little guys into this industry, you don't think of it, but corn can be a phenomenal tool to put out to draw deer in, so that your little guy or little girl that you're taking hunting actually sees wildlife. They're not just seeing deer, they're seeing squirrels, birds, raccoons, they're seeing all kinds of stuff come in and feed on this corn, and it's exciting for them. It's nice that they get to go out, spend time in the outdoors, see Mother Nature, see animals, and at the end of the day, that is possibly planting that little bit of a seed inside their heart and inside their head that they love the outdoors and that they want to continue on with that passion, and hopefully one day continue that passion on the way that you have it and the way that I have it. So I know that's a little deep in thinking of just going and putting a bag of corn out, but you can't think of something as that simple unless you really dive into the meaning of it. And it can be so much more complex than what you really think. So that's another big reason as to why I'm a big advocate of being able to put corn out. I know there's some states out there that doesn't allow it, but that's their decision and that's up to those guys. If you're in a state that allows you to put corn out and allows you to bait up a deer spot, do it. I promise you're going to see better results. You're going to see better trail camera photos. And if you've got a little guy or girl that you're going to be taking hunting this deer season, it's going to make their trip to the woods a whole lot better, a whole lot more exciting, and you're going to get them more interested in the great outdoors. So there's really nothing to lose in this entire situation. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know I was kind of all over the place, but again, this is something that I'm passionate about, and I kind of want to hit on every topic that I can within the realm of today's video. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure you hit that subscribe button in the top left corner. It's going to mean the absolute world to me, guys. I'm trying to grow this thing to 100,000 subscribers. And I can only do it with your help. So each and every one of you guys that click that button gets me one step closer, and it means the world to me. Thank you again for taking time out of your busy day to hang out with me. I'll be sure to bring you guys along on all of this upcoming deer season and anything else that I've got going on. Be sure to stay tuned for more upcoming deer hunting tip videos. I'm gonna try to keep this series going all the way through season, guys. So thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see y'all next time.